Okay, hello, and welcome to wherever you're watching this, right? So, my name is Yarima. I'm a scripture strategist, and I am the creator of the Goal Getter Scripture Jar. I love this jar because it really keeps me focused. For anybody that knows my story, knows that I quit my job back in January. I quit my job because that is what God led me to do. But before I quit my job, he had helped me create this scripture jar that is designed for anybody that has ambitions, anybody that has goals, anybody that's a student, an entrepreneur, and the categories that this scripture jar has. So it is all color coded, and it has success, motivation, goal setting, endurance, and doing the work. The scripture jar is all about different verses that the Bible teaches us about those specific categories. The jar that I'm using today belongs to my husband, him and my son. I gifted it to them for Christmas last year, and they use it together as a bonding experience, but also to stay rooted in God, but also focused on their goals. So I am in the habit of pulling the scripture daily. They typically do it weekly. I try to pull daily, especially when I'm feeling less motivated in my business, when I'm feeling less encouraged with the work that needs to be done, when I feel like there's just too much and I can't get focused. I try to pull back to this. So when I'm today, I'm gonna pull a red scripture. The red scripture is for doing the work, and the reason I'm pulling that is because sometimes when I think about my responsibility as a mother of four, my responsibilities as a wife, my responsibilities as an entrepreneur, my responsibility as a ministry leader, my responsibility as a friend, all these different responsibilities, responsibility to myself, to my own personal health and growth and rest, I start thinking like, man, this is a lot. This is too much. And so instead of staying focused on that, I'll pull out my scripture jar and I will get the motivation, encouragement that I need. So today, like I said, we are pulling a red scripture for doing the work. And let's see what God has for us. This is Ecclesiastes 5 and 3, and this is the NKJV translation. And it says, "For a dream comes through much activity, and a fool's voice is known by his many words." What that means, if y'all don't get it, if y'all don't understand it, it's like, all right, poetry, scripture, what are you giving me? What is telling you in this scripture, for a dream comes through much activity, is that your dreams don't come true just by you talking about them. That's why it says a fool's voice is known by his many words. Everything that you just saying, you talk about it but won't be about it. You talk about it but aren't doing anything about it. When that happens, you're not going to be successful. You're going to be a fool. That's what the verse says. I'm not calling you a fool. God did. God called you a fool if you only speak and do not do. And so this is your encouragement. This is your motivation that your dreams will come true if you do the work. That's the much activity, doing the work, praying over the work, assessing the work, evaluating the work. That entire process that you go through, that's necessary to make your dreams come true. So get up and do the work. So I'm going to fold the scripture in half. When I pull it out, it's full form. When I put it back in, it's half form. Just so that I won't pull the same scripture again the next time I need motivation on doing the work. And then when I finish all of the scripture, all I have to do is unfold it and start all over again. It's the gift that keeps on giving. I hope that you have enjoyed this motivation and you can pick up your own scripture jar. This was not an ad, but if you need one, you could pick up your own scripture jar. The links are always in my bio. Love you guys. Have a beautiful day.